Hello, beautiful, magical people. I'm Linda West, and this is my channel, Morning Mayan. Hello, beautiful, magical people, and we're going to talk about Game of Thrones, Season 8, Episode 5. Well, I absolutely love this. I thought this was amazing, and I'm really happy that I was able to see it for once because these Dark Knight battles just weren't working for me. In any case, this was shot spectacularly and it was acted amazingly. So let's start out with the scene with Tyrion and Jaime and the humanity that we see that's present, that was kind of highlighted after the battle in 3, that humans survived, right? And with it, Tyrion exemplifies the best of humanity. He's forgiving, he's vulnerable, he's loving, he's loyal, and he's willing to put himself on the line to free his brother and his sister ultimately, because he's obviously being completely treasonous right now and also put Davos in a really bad place, right? So this scene made me cry twice after I watched it. And what's up with Tyrion? I don't know. He doesn't seem like he could possibly go back and support Daenerys in any way after she pretty much has showed herself to be the most evil character in Game of Thrones. She's killed more people than the Night King. I think just about up there, maybe. And so I don't see Tyrion being able to support her, nor do I think it would be wise for him to go back and deal with her at all, because she's just as likely to set him on fire for being treasonous as well, letting Jaime go. Anyway, so Jaime makes his way to the love of his life. I was never on board with a lot of other Game of Thrones fans that thought that Jaime was going to kill Cersei. I think maybe they were led astray with the Valancourt prophecy, but I really believe that Jaime would do what he'd always done, love Cersei no matter what. And they came into this world together, and if anybody knows twins, there is this bizarre connection with them that is something I don't think other people can really understand, because they're so close to them biologically and physically, the whole experience, everything they grow up with. In any case, they went out together. I thought that was very fitting. I personally would have rather seen a nice big fireball shoot through the window with Cersei and a cup of wine and just, like, ball her up in a ball of agony fire. I don't think Cersei should have just went out in the arms of the man that loved her. Because, I mean, if you think about it, she's still got people in the basement. That Septa Nulla is getting routinely raped by the Mountain. And then she's got Alara Sands down there that's watching, who's watching her daughter completely disintegrate in front of her. And she's chained to the wall. I mean, there's some horrific things going on that at least Dany didn't have that kind of evilness, torture kind of in her that Cersei did. So I don't think Cersei deserved a nice end. I would say no end's great, but she did go out in the arms of Jaime, so I guess she was luckier than most people, which I don't think she deserved. But let's move on to Dany. Okay, my big issue with Dany and the Dragons is what was so different from episode 4, when it was so easy to shoot a dragon, between now, when it was impossible to shoot a dragon. I needed an explanation for that. I truly did. I didn't see her practicing any new maneuvers. I didn't see her, really coming up with other tactics, like, I don't know, coming in with the sun or behind the clouds. Briefly she did, but that didn't make a whole lot of sense, and that took me out of the story, because it's like, wait, I thought they were a big threat. Now you're telling me they're no threat. And it's one or the other. It's not, it should have, they could have done better there for me. Jon Snow, wow. Well, we got to see again why we love Jon Snow, because he always chooses the right thing, the honorable thing. And I don't know about you, but that look on Jon's face to me was, well, first of all, I was surprised he shunned Dany early in the episode. And I guess it was the ant thing, or I don't know if he didn't really care for her, like setting Varys on fire. That's really not his style. But he was definitely not into Dany anymore. And by the looks of it, I don't think he's into fighting or being part of any of this anymore. We might see him up north with Tormund and Ghost again, and he might just reclaim his Starkhood, or being no man like a wildling. So I could see that in Jon's future. I definitely don't see him supporting Daenerys anymore. I don't see how he could, nor what is there to support. I just don't know. You know, she blew up King's Landing, so where's she going to go? Is she going to want to set up camp where? It's now she has no friends. She has no one. She has no really place to even rule. She has nobody to rule because she just roasted everybody in King's Landing, and a lot of her, I don't know, the Dothraki seemed to come out of nowhere. I thought they were all killed, but I guess there was some spare ones in the back that we needed. So, you know, that was nice to see. But going forward, I mean, poor Grey Worm is obviously just turned into a killing machine, as is Dany. So, don't really know. I don't really see Jon turning against Dany. I just see him, gee, I don't know. What do you guys all think about this? It's that was ugly. That was ugly. The whole city. That was a surprise. So, gee, I did like, Arya. Everything with Arya I thought was really great. I love that. I love that turn. I love to see her grow. I love to see at the end she finally got it. Because I think that's the biggest takeaway from the long night, was that the people that lived did live, and what does living mean? And I think in that moment I could truly believe that Arya was ready to put down this feud she'd had since she was a scared, vengeful child, and realize the death is, it's wasteful at this point. And I think she chose life, and she was totally prepared to go in and give her life. She made that very clear at the beginning when she got on the road with Sandor. She didn't expect to come back, so I'm glad she chose life. I really did. I'm really glad about that. Let's go on to Clegane Bowl. Everybody had really wanted Clegane Bowl. I was, you know, sad to see his end come in a pile of fire at the end. I'm hoping that he died when he hit the ground, but I didn't like to think that Sandor went out in more fire. That made me sad. I think it was appropriate that they went out together, like Cersei and Jaime went out together, because their stories were so wrapped up within one another. But I really thought it was sad that the Lannister army got annihilated, and definitely I don't think Jon dug that either. Wow, there was a lot to think about in this series and in this episode, and I really, really liked it. I know people will pick a lot about it apart, and for sure you can with anything, but I was mostly happy with the whole thing, other than some of the Dany stuff. I would have liked to see it more believable, that she could evade all the weapons. I don't know how that would have been, whether dragon armor somebody had mentioned, or just some bizarre sneak attack, or some special move that she, had that now evaded certain death from all these ballistics. Anyway, I would love to hear your comments. Are you excited about the last episode? Are you happy with this one? Or are you one of those people that are just like, super unhappy with everything going on. I'd love to hear your comments. I'd love to hear what you all have to say and how you feel about this episode too. Okay, everybody, have a wonderful, wonderful day, and thanks for tuning in with me on this fun adventure, Game of Thrones.